Hi, thanks for clicking on my link. I wanted to show you a little bit of what I built while I was at the Digital Humanities Institute in Victoria, Canada, as part of our Loyola Summer Digital Humanities Fellows. What I built is a way to explore a large corpus. What I'm really interested in is sentences commentaries. And sentences commentaries are a genre of texts that were written throughout the Middle Ages, and they're divided into topical distinctions. And each distinction is kind of like an encyclopedia entry. It's about a very different topic or a question in philosophy or theology. And what I wanted to be able to do is see where different discussions spike in different distinctions across many centuries. So I wanted to take the average of a discussion in a given distinction through every commentary from 1200 to 1500. So what you see here in this graph is the orange bars that represents the frequency of the discussion of the Latin term place, loc, in sentences commentaries from 1200 to 1500, broken down by the different distinctions. So we could see a couple of things here, like discussions about the nature of place. They really spike here in distinction 37. Here, there's also a prominent discussion in Book 2, Distinction 2. But we notice that if you're looking for philosophical discussions about place, you're probably not going to want to look in Book 3, Distinction 18, because there really isn't much discussion here. The other thing I wanted to do is see how individual authors compared to the overall average. So what I've done here in blue is overlaid the frequency of the same topic discussion in the same distinction that belongs to a particular author. So here I'm looking at the text of a guy named Durandus of Saint-Pourçant. And you can see that in many cases, he follows the trend of the corpus. Here in distinction 37, he also discusses the topic of place quite predominantly. But you can notice here in distinction 15 and distinction 17, he really talks about that topic up quite a bit more than the average. So I also wanted to build some tools that let us dig down into that a little bit more. So if we think distinction 15 is an interesting place, we might want to look just at distinction 15 in every author. So what I can do here is go to book 2, distinction 15, let that process. We'll come down here to where it's loading. And what we're going to see here is whether or not he's unique in the way he talks about it, or whether there are other people that also really talk a lot about this concept in distinction, book 2, distinction 15. And right away we can see, wow, he really talks about this a lot, way out of proportion to what other people. Some people don't talk about it at all. Other people only have small discussions. So this is, in a way, a discovery of something that's kind of unexpected. Oh, look, we found an author that really talks about this concept to an unexpected degree. Finally, to be able to see all of these dimensions, the frequency of the discussion in given distinctions in all of the different authors, it really creates a lot of dimension down here to say, I want to see all authors and all distinctions. We're going to generate here a 3D kind of terrain, and it gets pretty messy pretty quick, but it also allows us to see spikes that we might single out as unusual and make certain discoveries. So here in front is the blue line is the averages, and what I'm looking for here are going to be spikes that are out of proportion to these blue averages. So maybe here, right? Maybe here. Here are these big spikes. We can say, okay, here's the major trend, but maybe here is something unexpected, right? And this is actually what we were looking at before. Book 2, distinction 15 in the text of Durandus. We can see a big spike here that's really out of proportion to the corpus average and what we see in other authors. And then, of course, we can come back up here to just really focus on Durandus himself and the discussions that he's had. So that's what I worked on. All of this is done in Python, and we worked on that at DHSI, learning how to process large texts, break them down into pieces, tokenize the words, build statistical graphs, and really create insights into large text that would be impossible to do if we were just one person reading. We're processing here over 50 million words, so it's really more than one person could read in a lifetime. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please come find me. I'd love to talk to you more. Bye-bye.